I went to Oregon and collected a bunch of agate, most of it at Bob Creek, and I wanted to do something nice with it. In the past, I've made copper wire trees using sea glass that I collected, kind of like this, and I thought it would be nice to do something similar. And so that's what this video is about, is the making of that agate tree with copper wire. So I've decided that I'm going to try and make an agate tree with some of the agates that I got in Oregon. And most of the agates are currently in the tumbler polishing right now, but these are a few of the agates that I got last year in Oregon. So these are this is just an example of what I'm talking about. And so what I want to do is I want to use some of these agates that are like this, and I'll use these to put in the agate tree. And so the first thing I need to do is to make the branches. And so that's what I'm going to be doing, is making the branches is the first step. And here's one of the branches that I've made. It's out of copper, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little loop in the end, and this is where the stone will rest eventually. And so the first thing I've got to do is I've got this copper wire, and I've got to cut the copper wire to the proper length. So that's always a guesstimation. So we'll get the snippers, we'll cut that. So I cut that and then put the ends together so that it's about the right length. I want this to come together here. And then I want the loop to be about this big around. So this is just a wood skewer that I cut. And I'm going to take that, and then I loop it around that. Then I use my little pliers. These are actually jeweler's pliers. And I start twisting it. And I just keep twisting the full length of it until I get something about this long. And I'm going to end up making 40 of them is my goal. And then I'll make a tree, and I'm actually going to attach it to this stone base. And so without further ado, we'll pause at that, and I'll continue making these branches, and check back with you later. So when I'm twisting the copper wire, I'm only twisting it to put one stone on each of the stems. I could twist it so that I had 2 or 3 stones on each stem, but I elected to put one stone on each stem. The reason is one, the stones are relatively heavy compared to, like, say, sea glass or something like that. But in addition, I wanted a thicker trunk on my tree, and by having more copper, it would have a thicker trunk, and so that's why I elected to go with single stems instead of multiple leaves on each stem. So that's that. So for my agate tree, I showed you how I make a stem for what's eventually going to be the leaf of my agate tree. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a stem for, a twig out of 3 stems. So a twig is 3 stems. It's going to have 3 leaves on it. So you take the 3 stems and you put it between your fingers like that, and what we're going to do is we're going to twist them together, and you start by kind of having them spread apart like that, and you've got them spread apart in your fingers like that, and then you start in kind of even length, and then you start twisting them. And so there's your twig. It's got three stems for three leaves eventually. Alright, so I've made 15 twigs. So that's a total of 45 stems for 45 leaves. And this is the hard part. I've got to put them together into a tree, into branches that are going to go onto this rock. This is the rock that they're going to rest on. So away we go. Always twisting the same direction. Twist this one on first. Just gonna twist it around and around. Now we let that dry. So once you have the tree pretty much connected to the rock, what you need to do is you need to prep the tree to accept the leaves. And you do this by spreading the branches out, getting them all situated the way you want them. And most importantly, what you need to do is you need to set where the leaves are going to be. You need to set them so that they are parallel to the ground, so that the leaves can set in them like a basket. So
Yeah. There it is. There it is. And there's the tree.